What's up, everybody? This is Jake from the Tree of Woe Show with our Raw October 24th review. Justin is going to be here maybe tonight. Maybe make a guest appearance. Who knows? Probably not, though. Just throwing it out there, but I don't know where he's at, let's be honest. And speaking of don't know where it's at, I wonder if Triple H knows where Kevin Nash is. So the show starts off with Triple H walking out. Because it's always time to play the game when it's your fifth best storyline. Yeah. Gotta write out your fifth best storyline to start off the show with. And Triple H walks out and he talks about how in the wrestling business you either make friends or you make money. And he made friends and made money. But his friends turned on him when he got money. Or something along those lines. And says that he wants Nash to come out there, and Laurinaitis is like, hey, well, what you need to do is, you need to file for that with the... He didn't say that at all. Gotcha. You guys believed it, though, because John Laurinaitis is a homo. What really happened was Laurinaitis says, Triple H, you're embarrassing the company, and then Triple H is like, oh, we're going to leave then. As he gets up the ring, Kevin Nash and his buddy, the Sledgehammer, go, and they hit Triple H in the back, and he stands there and looks at him, and security comes. He beats up security and walks out, and then Triple H is just like, oh, stretcher, carry him out in a stretcher. So they do, and then it shows him about getting to get into the ambulance, and then who else but Kevin Nash is standing there saying, put my friend down, picks him up, throws all those guys away because he has a sledgehammer, and sledgehammers are apparently more dangerous than tasers or handcuffs or anything else you could put on that guy. Just saying, if you want to go with the reality angle, don't do this. He holds him up again. He puts him on the gurney still against there and hits him in the face with the sledgehammer, and then gets carried away because they can carry him away after he hits him. And then Triple H gets taken off in the ambulance, and they're checking his pulse and all that, and this just builds more of a pop when Triple H turns a babyface, which is what I'm not cool with. Stop doing this, WWE. We don't want to see Kevin Nash versus Triple H at Survivor Series. Nope. And the prospects of a 5-on-5 super team is thrown away when Laurinaitis is not down with Nash. And Laurinaitis is not down with Awesome Truth. And Awesome Truth's not down with Nash. Spoiler for later. Sorry if you didn't get that point yet. So, yeah, way to shit the bed on this one. Speaking of, next match was Orton and Sheamus versus Rhodes and Christian in what should be a SmackDown main event. Take it on, players, ladies and gentlemen. And this match goes back and forth. Sheamus continues to no-sell. Randy Orton continues to no-sell. Rhodes continues to be the most impressive person in the ring, and they continue to treat Christian like a bitch. Does he look like a bitch? And then things get all crazy. Christian spears Sheamus. Rhodes gets 2 count out of that. And then Rhodes RKO's Christian, and then Sheamus botches a brogue kick. I'm going to call him out on this because it was horrible. Rhodes tries to jump off the top rope, and I guess there was no timing for Sheamus because he hit him in the nuts. And then instead of just pinning him, which would have been awful, he puts him in the Celtic Cross and does that, and the crowd does nothing. That's what always happens whenever Sheamus does anything. I'm biased. Don't like the guy. Whatever. We want more Rhodes, less boring tag matches. Oh well. And from this point, the show gets a little bit better. Cuts backstage to Laurinaitis and Otunga talking, and then Cena comes in there, drops some jokes. He makes a joke about Otunga looking like Carlton from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Thumbs up for that one. He makes a joke about Johnny Ace needing a skateboard and a mullet. Thumbs up for that one. And he says he gets Zack Ryder a shout out. Thumbs up for that one. John Cena, great promo. And they announced a tag match for tonight with John Cena and a surprise tag partner versus Awesome Truth. The tag partner would be decided by Laurinaitis because he likes making tag matches more than Tay Long does, player. And then next segment was Santino versus Dolph, and somewhat of a squash match, solid squash match. Santino, the whole gimmick is awesome. The fact that people are afraid of it is awesome as well because it's great watching Santino matches and it's great watching Dolph Ziggler matches. So those two and that one segment was awesome. And then Ziggler hits a zigzag, and then Swagger and him beat up on Santino, and Mason Ryan comes out, meaning that at Survivor Series it's probably going to be him versus Ziggler, and he's probably going to pick up the belt from Ziggler then, and not Zack Ryder because people like that too much. So let's give it to a stiff 300-pound Wales man who cannot cut a great promo and is not very good in the ring, but he's roided out and he's super tan. So he's the next superstar. And then, poor Swagger though. Swagger gets a boot to the face, and then Mason Ryan kind of runs around a little bit. Doesn't touch Dolph, meaning they probably are going to do this at some point for the U.S. title. If Justin was here, he'd be marking out because he likes Mason Ryan. Team little guys. That's what I am. I'm a skinny guy. I like other skinny guys. I don't like 300-pound roid freaks. They say he's not a roid freak. What did he get suspended for? Just saying. Next up was Zack Ryder backstage announcing he's seen his partner with the Bella Twins, and they were genuinely excited. Can't tell if they're heel or face. Doesn't matter because Zack Ryder is going to be in the main event tonight. We'll find out later. I mean, if you're watching this show and you didn't actually, you're looking for me to say what happened in the show, sorry for spoiling that. But if you're watching to see my thoughts on it, I was jacked at the time because I thought, yeah, they're finally going to push Zack Ryder. We'll get to that road when we get to it. When our main event was Del Rio saying he'll take on new challengers and nobody is better. He's the best in the company. CM Punk comes out and they go back and forth for a while. He said, check whatever the almanac, I forgot what it was, the almanac from Back to the Future. He said, check the almanac, I beat you 4 weeks ago. And that was hilarious. And Del Rio says Punk's not worthy of a rematch, even though Punk should get one because he was defending as he got cashed in on, or I don't know. He should get one is what, it's back and forth. Punk's like, let's put you to sleep then. And then Johnny Ace comes out and announced it for Survivor Series and then Punk asked what the catch was, and then Laurinaitis says, you have to tell me you respect me. So Punk, being the anti-authoritarian character he is, compares him to Aretha Franklin. I wrote these down. I wrote some of them down. Asks him if the catch is to re-grip his skateboard. He says, I respect you, John Laurinaitis, in his John Laurinaitis impression, which is better than mine, quite outstanding. And then just continue, and then Laurinaitis says, I don't think about it for a week. So Punk attacks Del Rio and GTS Ricardo. Then who knows what happens because they don't come out for the rest of the show, even though they should be the main event. Speaking of main events, this next match is not one of them. Justin King, though, ref of the night. It was Natalya versus Alicia Fox, and Alicia Fox won via roll-up, and one of the more confusing things they've done. Oh well. And then she didn't get beat up by Beth and Natalya, so I guess they're going to do some dumb Divas 5-on-5 tag to keep a 5-on-5 match because they don't want to do a 5-on-5 any other way. Oh well. If their Survivor Series 5-on-5 match is the Divas and it's Kelly, Eve, Alicia Fox, Maurice, and someone else versus Divas of Destruction, Bella Twins, and someone else. Maybe 4-on-4 match. I don't know. It's going to be an extra long Kool-Aid break. Because if it's not for the title, I don't care. Just saying. Speaking of I don't care, Job Morrison comes out and faces Wade Barrett, and Wade Barrett wins via Wasteland in a match that went 2 segments. So hopefully they're gonna do something with Barrett. Maybe Barrett Bryan for the briefcase or something. I don't know. Looks like they're finally starting to do something with him, which is pretty cool. But they have 2 heel champions, so he's not going any of those places. And I don't think him versus Sin Cara will be very good. But that looks like more likely than him versus D. Bryan for the briefcase. Alas, the Wastelands at the end was pretty awesome because Jomer was like 175. It's weird how I talk crap on Mason Ryan for being a roided out freak, but I don't like John Morrison. I'm just full of, I don't know, double standards, I guess. I don't know. If I like somebody, I like somebody. If I don't, I don't. Either way. Next segment was why I don't like Michael Cole and why he'd be the perfect manager. Get him out of the booth. He doesn't say anything in the booth of any value. And get him on somebody you want to get heel heat. Put him with Swagger and just let Vicky go with someone else. Or put him with Barrett. Do something. So he showed a bunch of pictures of JR and challenged him to the Michael Cole challenge for the seat. Which is why I'm saying take him out and put him as a manager because he has that type of heat. And then eventually replace JR with William Regal. If you haven't watched any SCW matches, I recommend watching those because that's where the talent of the company is halfway through the show on Raw and in FCW. William Regal is great play-by-play. He gets people over his heels, people over his faces, actually calls the moves as they're happening. It's great. It's awesome, and that's why it's not going to happen. Oh well, cuts backstage to Zack Ryder getting beat up by Awesome Truth, making sure that tag match doesn't really happen, turning it into a handicap match in the main event. And at this point, I checked out. I didn't really, I don't know. It wasn't super entertaining. It was 3 main event caliber guys and all this stuff, but Awesome Truth talks about some revolution. They're awesome with the mic, but at the same time, I was disappointed they didn't put Zack Ryder out there. I'll be honest, that was the main damper for me. And then Cena, basically the match goes 2-on-1 handicap style, but it doesn't because it's Cena, and Cena has the Miz up for the attitude adjustment for winning after hitting the 4 moves of death, and gets a water ball to the face and gets DQ, and then there's a DQ finish. Then they beat him up, and then Awesome Truth beats up Cena, grabs some chairs, and then Lourdes comes out and says, "Stop that right now." Well, I'm gonna have this tag match at Survivor Series. Oh, awesome! Making tag matches for Survivor Series. And he's like, "Well, John Cena, who do you pick to be your tag partner?" Maybe the guy who they said was gonna partner up with John Cena at the pay-per-view. And never before, never again, The Rock and John Cena are partnering up at Survivor Series. Wonder who's going to pick. He picks The Rock and spits all over the mic. He says, "I pick The Rock," loogie, all over the microphone. I was laughing pretty hard. And that was the show. Overall, I don't really like how Triple H, I don't like how he has to come back as a super awesome baby face. Woe is me. I just got put in the hospital, but I'm so tough I'll walk out of it and beat up Kevin Nash, who is somebody that gets heel heat for bringing a sledgehammer out. Okay. And then the Orton, Sheamus, Rhodes, Christian. That's going to be a Survivor Series. They're going to be on different Survivor Series teams, obviously, because I don't know. They can't have Sheamus, Christian again. Maybe that's what they're booking Barrett for, is to be next in that. But honestly, see them throwing it into a random Survivor Series 5-on-5 match, and then really, I'm not looking forward to Dolph Ziggler or Mason Ryan, because I feel like the mid-cards aren't exactly the launching points that they sell them out to be, because look at every single IC champion there's been for a while, and they've either stagnated like Kofi and Dolph have to different IC belts, or they're Wade Barrett who hasn't been on TV for a while. Ezekiel Jackson hasn't been on TV for a while. Just saying. Ziggler's had the U.S. belt for so long, he doesn't really do a whole lot with it. But yeah, I can totally see them dwindling away a future star in Dolph Ziggler by having him job to Mason Ryan, to have Mason Ryan mess up his neck or something. I don't know. Well, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how off base I am with my hatred of Sheamus and Mason Ryan, because I'm sure there are people out there who like them. And that's cool you do. Hopefully you're cool with me not liking them. Just tell me why in the comments. That'll be our main comment thing, is what appeal do you see in these? Because I'm actually interested to see this. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Tell your friends' friends, but don't tell your friends' girlfriends, because we will steal them.